Welcome to this episode of Dare to Soar. We are in December, so a Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Laura Beth Richardson, and I'm the Dean of Intermediate Education at Pinnacle Classical Academy. Joining me today on this segment is Miss McGinnis. She is our Elementary Dean at Pinnacle Classical Academy. Thank you for being with me again.
I'm happy to be here.
Absolutely. So with it being December, you guys may have a lot of traveling plans. Some of you may be flying to see family or going somewhere special on a holiday. But Ms. McGinnis, did I hear right that at our K-3 campus we have some of our K-3 students flying to different continents or something to that effect?
Mm-hmm.
They needed their passports. Tell us about that.
So our kindergarten students took a trip around the world and never left the K-3 gym.
That sounds amazing.
They had a great time celebrating their Continent Cafe. We had several parent volunteers come in. They dressed up like really either famous people or particular places around the world. The boys and girls even held their arms out and flew from station to station in the
what I heard
gym
about, yeah.
as they were traveling. They got their passports stamped. They were able to make some arts and crafts. They learned fun facts unique to each part of the world. They honestly had a great time, and I think the teachers and the parents had as much fun as the students did.
That's exactly what I heard. I remember when my son did the Continent Cafe, and it's nice to see events like this with our teachers and our parents working together, but I think that shows how rich our curriculum is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these guys, and they seem especially small to me because I'm up here with the big kids, with middle schoolers, but to see these kids so young being exposed to such rich curriculum and in this hands-on way, like really kind of brings it to life, and it gives our parents who have some connections to those places, it gives them a chance to come in and speak firsthand about some of that. So I think that's really interesting.
It was a great day.
Awesome. Well, I think in addition to our parents coming in, another thing that I really enjoy about Pinnacle is we're always welcoming different people from the community in, and recently the State Employees Credit Union came to speak with at your campus and at my campus. And one thing that I appreciate is they're coming in to take the time to talk about smart money and a program with our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders called Saving Like a Champ. And I think that is a perfect segue as our middle schoolers move into high school, because one thing they have to take when they get to high school is a personal finance class. And so, you know, money and different things like that are in our math curriculum. However, having the State Employees Credit Union come in, speak to them, I think there was, they call it Fat Cat Smart Money. I think the cat had made an appearance.
The Fat Cat was a hit at K-3.
I'm sure he was. But I think that's great because we have a lot of that already in our curriculum, but this is, as Ms. Welch would be very happy to hear me say, math in the real world. So whenever we talk about money and why is math important, and we have people coming in from our local banks and talking to our students about that, I think that is wonderful, and it's very much appreciated. The educator heart in me is very appreciative of that, for sure. So I want to move on to some of our other projects in the classroom. Some of the photos that you guys are about to see are from one of our 5th grade classrooms. They have been doing some force and motion, talking about gravity and different things. And so these photos that are coming up, they are from Miss McNeely, now Miss Guffey. Congratulations on getting married. That is from her classroom. And what I love is a small tidbit. This teacher came to Pinnacle as a student. She is a PCA alumni, and she is back on campus as a teacher. She's kind of come to the dark side, so to speak. But it is wonderful to see that come full circle. And she's teaching her kids here about force and motion. They're making ramps, and they're dropping things from different heights or rolling things from different heights that are different weights, and documenting, what changes they see. And what I love is our kids have a lot of access to technology. I mean, I think in one of those pictures you see one of our kids on their Chromebook, but it's all about hands-on, right? Getting their hands, doing something involved with a curriculum. What happens when I do this? I think it just sparks that curiosity that we want to see in our students. And you may recognize some of those kids, since you've seen a lot of them probably in the K-3 world, and now they're 5th graders. So another thing that has been going on is a lot of field trips. Lots of field trips have been going on. And so one thing that was especially fun for our 4th grade students, they recently went to Grandfather Mountain. And that's a trip they do every year. And it's perfect because they have a huge geology unit. And so once that unit is finished, they go on this field trip to Grandfather Mountain. And they're talking about all the different types of rocks. They're talking about the different characteristics of each kind, how to find them, and then they were able to break up into groups after this presentation and be rock detectives. And so they had to look at different clues on paper and find different rocks, but I think it's great for them to experience something that's here in North Carolina that's actually a very popular place to go. I think a lot of us have traveled to Grandfather Mountain. So tying that into the curriculum, broadening their horizons, again, curriculum in the real world, right? So where can we find these things? And that was always a unit that my son enjoyed. He's very much into rock, so he was excited about that when he did that in 4th grade as well. So I have saved the best for last, at least I think so. I know you're partial to K-3. I do know that. However, one thing I would love to share with you folks at home is the amazing things that our high school students are doing in our middle school classrooms. So I'd like to mention one of our high school teachers, Mr. Laughlin. He is working on a future teachers class. And so in that class, we have high school students that are interested in going into education. And so they have been observing in our classrooms, different grade levels, different subjects, and now they're starting to implement some of the strategies they have observed. So in these photos, you're seeing our high school students who may be aspiring educators. They are working in middle school classrooms in small groups. Some are teaching whole group lessons for an hour, and I am blown away.
I think we've even had one of the students come observe in a kindergarten class as well.
And what I think is wonderful is we have, and I know we're biased, but folks, we have the best teachers around. They are phenomenal. I mean, they make it look easy, and it is not easy, but they just always go above and beyond, always. And so to see our high school students who are interested in going into education see that as a student, but then start to place themselves in those shoes is really powerful. And I was so thankful that our middle school students are getting to see these older kids get involved in that way. And I mean, you've been a teacher in the classroom, I've been a teacher in the classroom, and sometimes it's like it doesn't matter how many times you say it, if a peer says it or an older student, like a high schooler says it in a small group, all of a sudden it just clicks, So that is something that I've been very excited about, and a special shout out to Mr. Laughlin. Thank you so much for helping our high school students get to see the exciting world of teaching. So hopefully, a few years from now, and once they graduate and go through school and come back, who knows, they might be teachers at Pinnacle Classical Academy.
Come back home.
That's right.
We would love it.
That's right. We have had quite a few come home, so I think we're doing something right, don't you?
I agree.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is all we have for today's segment of this episode. So up next, you're going to hear from our high school dean and our dean of academics, Mr. Ziegler. So thank you again for tuning in. We hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Killing people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach and would you turn the other cheek?
How you doing today, ma'am?
Father, help us and some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
Greetings from the CCC Foundation. We're proud to support CCC students, faculty and staff through scholarships and support for academics, workforce training, and Yeti athletics. We wish you a joyous holiday and a bright new year.
Welcome back to Dare to Soar. I'm Jeff Ziegler, Dean of Academics, and I'm joined by Mrs. Monica Dellinger, our Dean of Secondary Education. Part of academic life at Pinnacle Classical Academy is our Classical Foundations program. The program's mission is to provide students, faculty, and community leaders with a deeper understanding of local history, as well as the nation's founding principles and their application to modern life and society through historical and economic works that are part of the school's curriculum and through a series of academic events. The program is supported with private donations and is guided by an advisory board at the behest of Pinnacle Classical Academy's Board of Directors. The word classical in the Classical Foundations program refers to the classical understanding of rights expressed in America's founding documents and evokes the classical educational tradition of Greece and Rome. In the words of the Declaration of Independence, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Supporting the school's curriculum and values is something at the heart of the Classical Foundations program. The program has several components that have been approved by our Board of Directors, including fall and spring lectures. Our Classical Foundations program lecturer this fall was Tony Williams, Senior Teaching Fellow at the Bill of Rights Institute. Mr. Williams spoke about his book, America's Beginnings, the dramatic events that shaped a nation's character. We thought the topic was most appropriate as our nation approaches the upcoming 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. Mr. Williams spoke to our grade 10 through 12 students, and student engagement was exceptional, with questions lasting for 30 minutes. Mr. Williams later spoke to our faculty and offered an array of resources for history and social studies lessons. The Classical Foundations program speakers have included college professors, retired business leaders, survivors of communism in China and the Soviet Union, and active professionals. Listening to high school speakers of this stature is rare at the high school level and is part of academic life at Pinnacle Classical Academy that helps set us apart. And now to Mrs. Dellinger.
Thank you, Mr. Ziegler. As Mr. Ziegler has talked about our classical approach, daily our students are preparing not only for college, but for life to be strong thinkers, leaders, and citizens of character. And as we're going towards 2026, there's so much that I want to celebrate about our school. And it goes from academic excellence to student leadership and service. So let's take a look at what we have been up to in November and what we have looked forward to in December. Our school is known for its classical approach, as you've heard Mr. Ziegler talk about. But many of us, not in education, We think that classical approach means the teacher's sitting in the front of the room and students are sitting quietly taking notes and in rows. But the reality is, one of the hallmarks of the classical approach is the art of questioning. We are helping students think deeply and not just memorize the answers. So during November, our teachers focused on questioning strategies where they were guiding students towards higher level thinking and meaningful discussion. Just today, I was in the rhetoric classroom where students were having to interpret a work by Plato and share their thoughtful insights. Several weeks ago, our students in our anatomy and physiology class were able to dissect a heart, and that's the perfect example of hands-on learning that prepares them for rigorous college work. I certainly appreciated my time in high school like I'm sure you did, but I stand in constant amazement that our students have so many opportunities faced in front of them every single day at Pinnacle, and I absolutely know they're not getting that anywhere else in the county. Our students continue to live out the Dare to Soar pledge by creating opportunities for others. We're proud to announce 3 clubs that students created themselves. Spiritual Soaring Ministries, our students know that as SSM, the Eagles Table, and new this semester is the Film Club. Each club began as a student proposal, complete with bylaws, finding their own advisors, finding locations, finding meeting times, and creating purpose statements. These young leaders are building a legacy of excellence that will last long beyond their time at Pinnacle. Our Eagles continue to shine in service. Recently, our students held a school-wide food drive with an incredible turnout. That spirit of generosity inspired one of our seniors, Macy Stiers, to create the Eagles Table, a new in-house food bank supporting PCA families in need. Macy believes that no Eagle should go without any support, and we could not agree more. When she graduates, our National Honor Society will continue this project, ensuring her legacy of compassion lives on. At our high school attendance rate is currently at 93%, and that is definitely worthy of celebration. Every day in class makes a difference. When students show up, they grow academically, socially, and personally. So let's keep soaring strong and make December our best attendance month ever. The Liver Mush Festival marks the kickoff for enrollment for the 26-27 school year. Families are drawn to Pinnacle Classical Academy for our college prep academies, academics, accelerated learning, accountability, and positive culture. To our current families, thank you. Thank you for spreading the word. You are our best ambassadors. Encourage your friends and your neighbors to schedule a tour with us and come experience education at its finest. We kicked off November with one of our favorite events, Late Night Madness. Students took the court and coached our varsity athletes in a fun scrimmage basketball game, kicking off the winter sports season. Our homecoming court representatives were chosen by their peers, and I'm excited to hear who will be crowned homecoming king and homecoming queen at our homecoming game on December 12th. Our student athletes remind us that success isn't just measured by wins and losses. With GPAs of 3.0 or higher, they're proving that true excellence comes from both the mind and the body. And that's the heart of Pinnacle Classical Academy, nurturing students who lead with purpose, rise to challenges, and leave a lasting mark on our community. December is a busy month with exciting activities. Join us in Uptown Shelby on December 5th at 2 p.m. for our homecoming parade. December 12th is a college t-shirt day for students, followed by our homecoming game where we will announce the homecoming queen and king. We will wrap up our homecoming activities on December 13th with our homecoming dance at the Laboratory Mill in Lincolnton. As we close out this semester, I want to thank our teachers, our students, and you, our families, for embodying the Dare to Soar spirit, striving for excellence, leading with character, and serving with the heart. From all of us at Pinnacle Classical Academy, we wish you a joyful and restful holiday season.
Welcome back to our athletic segment of Dare to Soar. My name is Katie Barnes, Student Success Coordinator and Swim Coach at the 412 campus. Here again with our Athletic Director, Mr. Brandon Gosey.
It's good to be with you.
Good to have you. We have some exciting updates to share with you all with the finale of our fall sports program. Mr. Gosey, what do you have to share with us?
It's a big season. So last month, Coach Barnes, we talked about our cross-country team and the honors and accolades. They wrapped their season up. But since then, we wrapped up our volleyball season as well as our men's soccer season. So we wanted to take a moment and highlight those. So for team accolades, we want to start off with our varsity boys soccer team. You'll see them pictured here. They actually went into the conference championship game as the #1 seed. And unfortunately didn't bring home the conference title, but they came in runner-up. First runner-up, and so we are thrilled for them. Not only is that their first time since I've been the AD that they've gone into the conference first seed, it's their first time making it to the championship game. So for them, that was huge, and so congratulations, fellas, and to Coach Donovan, Coach Abernathy, and the others that support that team. We also want to highlight our varsity girls volleyball team, pictured here under Coach Laura and Jerry Wellman. They have had a series of accolades over the years, but they clinched the 2025 varsity championship at home. You see that nice, beautiful trophy there in the center. And the cool thing about that is not only did they clinch the championship, they clinched it at home.
That's right.
That nice, big, beautiful Eagle logo center of the court there just made it even more special. Yeah, to win that at home. So congratulations to both of those, but I'll turn to you for some individual honors.
We do. We have some individual celebrations to announce with you guys here on the show. We have Mr. Lucas Donovan, varsity all-conference honors for our WPAC conference. There he is with some of his fellow teammates. We also have Mr. Mason Kissler, varsity all-conference honors for the WPAC conference as well. We have Miss Julia Wellman, again, varsity all-conference for our WPAC. Here she is with her sweet sister. And we have Lily Wellman as well, varsity all-conference honors. Congratulations to each of these 4 individuals. Yeah. We're very proud of them.
And that's huge. That's a huge honor to, because that's across the entire conference, not just the group of Pinnacle athletes, but across all the conference, the 12 or 13 schools that compete in our conference. So congratulations to those ladies and gentlemen. We also want to go back to those pictures and talk about a couple of special recognitions. So you mentioned Mr. Mason Kissler. He's there pictured with some of his friends holding the trophy there. So Mason was also not only recognized conference all-team member, but was also recognized Athlete of the Year. Wow. So not only did he beat out everybody to make all conference, he beat out everybody to be named Player of the Year, and that is a special recognition, Coach Barnes, because it's recognized by all the coaches. Yes. All the coaches vote, all the ADs vote, and so congratulations to Mason. Not only do we have that one, we have Miss Lily Wellman. We have a picture coming back up of Lily. So Lily was also the Player of the Year for our volleyball team. So from my record and what I remember being AD, that is our first time we've ever had an athlete make Player of the Year, Athlete of the Year. Not only did we get one of those, we got 2. Right. So soccer for Mason and for volleyball for Miss Wellman. So congratulations to both of those. We wanted to take a special moment just to mention our most recent Spirit Nights.
That's right.
Our Spirit Nights, for those of you who may not know, is just an opportunity for Pinnacle PCA Eagles Athletics to partner with local businesses and restaurants to have a night of fellowship and fun and good food, while also bringing in a little bit of money, fundraising efforts to PCA Eagles Athletics. And if you want to tell us quickly what we're doing with some of those funds this year, that would be great.
So I believe these funds that are raised through all of our Spirit Nights go toward a senior athlete who has committed to college.
Sure.
And beyond. So I think that is, truly, as we have these events each month at these different restaurants, everyone can gather together and, come together in our community while also helping meet the need for one male, I believe, and one female, right, Mr. Gosey?
That would be the plan. So over the summer, we were thinking about our Spirit Nights and what we could do or should do with some of those funds. And being a college preparatory academy, I can't think of any better way to give back to our athletes than to match their rigor and dedication in the classroom.
Right.
The athletic part is there as the giver of the scholarship, and so we're excited to partner with those. We've got another special picture here that you're going to see coming up of our new irrigation process taking place on our baseball field. So if you right around our campus at all in the fall, we installed irrigation on our soccer field, which we are beyond thankful for to the board and our supporters. But we are currently installing that on our baseball field. And so if you know anything about those fields of play, everything looks better with water and beautiful grass. And so to our board and to our supporters and our coaches and our athletes, we are forever grateful, and we are just excited to continue to improve and grow our athletic playing fields and things. We installed the swim blocks at the pool earlier in the year.
It looks so good.
Absolutely. So we are growing and we're doing great things, but now I'll turn it over to you.
And if you are a local restaurant owner and want to help support Pinnacle in one of our upcoming Spirit Nights, please reach out to us in our endeavors. We'll be happy to partner with you and, look forward to giving back in a new way to our Pinnacle athletes, our scholar athletes. Another exciting thing, Mr. Gosey, that we have ready to share is our talent show, which is awesome because in all my years here at Pinnacle, this is our first ever exclusive talent show. So it is open to K-12 students. All of our students are eligible to audition, and the talent show will be hosted on March 7th of this upcoming year, 2026. It's awesome. We've seen a lot of great talent so far, and we have a lot more that are submitting their audition piece to us. So it's awesome to see them branching out and trying something new that we can also see.
So the athletic department has partnered with Ms. Brooks, our headmaster, and the scholarship committee, which is ran by Pinnacle Classical Academy Education Foundation. And so those funds together will go on to help the athletic department and our scholarship initiative. And so it's a great way to bring some folks together and have some good fun. But you want to tell them how they could sign up to show off their skill?
We have one of our pieces of information. I think you have shared it online, Mr. Gosey. There's a quick link for interested students to go with a parent at home, submit the information, and included in that is a video recording of their audition. So we've had a variety of things we had a young student singing while her dad was playing the guitar. It was very, very sweet.
Dancing.
We've had dancing. We have had several singing pieces submitted, electric guitar, yes. So we're excited to see the variety that is still yet to come. But the students, when they submit their piece and it's reviewed by our committee, I don't have a copy with me, Mr. Gosey, I wish I did, but we'll go to their classroom and present to them a beautiful little golden ticket, we're calling it. So it's a kind of a ceremonious way to acknowledge them and their spot secured for the talent show upcoming, and it celebrates them in front of their peers, which viewers, you probably know back in the day when you can be celebrated in front of your peers in the younger levels of school. That's really neat. So we're excited for
our version of Pinnacle's Got Talent.
That's right.
Right? Get the golden ticket
and it'll be hosted in our gym, our beautiful gym that we just showed pictures of.
The stage
it's
we've
exciting.
Never used.
That's right.
That I'm aware of
we
for a production of sorts. So we are excited about that. It's going to be a great evening.
So stay tuned for even more details to come. But Mr. Gosey, I think that's all we have for today in this segment. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you and
Merry
to our
Christmas
fans.
to our viewers. And we look forward to seeing you all again in the new year.